New Year's blessings to all of you. I want to talk about the first full moon of 2023, which will be January 6th. And this full moon is bringing to fullness, bringing to clarity the energies of the new moon that we experienced on December 23rd, shortly after the winter solstice. If you remember, and let me show you that chart. So here is the chart of the new moon, which, as you remember, the sun and moon were at 1 degree of Capricorn, squaring Jupiter, now in Aries, and also squaring Ceres at 1 degree of Libra. Remember, the energy of this new moon was about healing. The new moon is right next to the asteroid Hygeia, which is about healing at the physical level, but also squaring Chiron, guiding us into a healing process physically and emotionally, and with the realization that we need to move in new directions, Jupiter in Aries, and be back in right relationship, Libra, with the Earth, Ceres. That our healing is very tied to our coming back into balance and harmony with the Earth. Let's look now at the energies of this full moon, which are bringing the seeds of that new moon into more clarity, into more fullness. So now that we move into the energies of the full moon on January 6th, this is bringing to more fullness, more clarity, the energies of the new moon that were very much about how we can heal and begin to move into these new forms that we're being called into as we move into the Aquarian age. At the time of the full moon, the sun is in the sign of Capricorn, opposite the moon at 16 degrees of Cancer. And both are continuing to square Chiron. So this full moon is accelerating that healing process that we've been called into. So if you've been working the energies of the new moon and opening to being in that healing process, it will continue to deepen and integrate for you at the time of the full moon. I think it's also significant that the moon is conjunct the asteroid Pallas Athene and in aspect to Neptune. So it will also be a time for you of heightened intuition, heightened sensitivity. Allow yourself, moon in Cancer, to feel whatever emotions are coming up for you. Allow yourself to feel them, bring them into awareness, hold them with compassion. And that's a part of the healing journey that you're in. For those who haven't been working that process consciously, this may be a more overwhelming time emotionally, with feeling overwhelmed or feeling more anxious or feeling out of balance. And if that's your experience, do whatever you need to do to ground yourself and hold with compassion the emotions that are coming up, because what's coming up for you is about what's needing to heal. Remember, one of the things that I think is profound about the full moon is at the time of the full moon, the moon is at its brightest as it's reflecting the light of the sun, and they're in full relationship with each other, opposite each other in the sky. But remember that we never see the backside of the moon. The way the moon orbits around the Earth, we only see one side of the moon. So the moon, which is about our emotional nature, is very symbolic of how there are those aspects of ourselves that we see in the light of consciousness, that we see in the light of awareness. But there are those aspects of ourselves that are in the darkness, that are in our unconscious. And it's often those emotions, those memories, those experiences that are in our unconscious that are what are needing to heal. So whatever is coming up for you in terms of your feelings around the time of this full moon, honor it and allow those emotions to guide you in what may need healing in your life. I think it's also significant that the full moon will be in a sextile with Uranus, which is still conjunct the North Node and will be for the remainder of this lunar cycle, and then it will begin to separate from the North Node. But with this aspect, with the full moon, Uranus will guide us through synchronicities or flashes of awareness or clarity about both what we're needing to heal in ourselves, but also these new directions that we're meant to move into. And remember that Uranus and Taurus conjunct the North Node is very much guiding us in moving back into a connection with the earth and an understanding of natural law, and how that coming back into right relationship with the earth and with our understanding of the energies of nature and natural law is a part of what's guiding us collectively in our healing journey. I think it's also significant with this full moon that it's in a wide conjunction. The sun is in a wide conjunction with Pluto and a wide opposition with the full moon. But remember, by the next day, the moon will be exactly opposite Pluto. So know that the full moon and the next few days may be an intense time for you emotionally. But again, this full moon is activating what's needing to come into the light of awareness, into clarity, to support you in your healing and transformational journey. And this full moon is also squaring Arizona, guiding you in having more trust and faith to step out in your own uniqueness and move in new directions that are guiding you to be more true to yourself. And I believe this powerful square of Arizona with Pluto is guiding us collectively to break out of the paradigms of the past, move in new directions, together be co-creating a new earth. But let me show you where the full moon is in the sky at the time of this full moon. Remember, where the moon actually is in the stars is giving us the deeper energy and spiritual intention of this time. Then how it manifests in the chart is how we're meant to embody it here on the earth plane, because the signs of the zodiac relate now to our seasonal cycle and our journey through the earth energies that we experience here on the planet. But at the time of this full moon, the full moon will be in the stars of Gemini, exactly in the middle of the constellation and close to the stars Castor and Pollux, which represent the twins of Gemini. And remember, the deeper meaning of Gemini is about how do we hold our understanding of duality, of the light and dark within us, of the awareness of our mortality and our immortality. So as we experience this full moon, it's accelerating the process of healing that we're in. It's accelerating our process of transformation as we move into these energies of 2023 that are guiding us all in an accelerated process of change as we're moving more and more into the Aquarian age and the Aquarian paradigms. But allow this full moon to be a time where you open to whatever feelings are coming up for you. Honor your sensitivity, honor your intuition. Take time to journal and meditate and allow yourself to feel whatever you're experiencing, knowing that you're being guided to bring those feelings into conscious awareness for healing, for transformation, and that we are all being guided into being more in the truth of who we are and in right relationship with each other and with the earth. I do think for those of us that are working this time consciously, this will be a profoundly healing, clarifying, transformational time for us. But hold the intensity of what you may feel in these few days particularly around the full moon and the next few days following it. But know that we are continuing to be guided collectively to heal on all levels as we experience these powerful cosmic energies and solar energies coming to the earth that are transforming us, changing our DNA, changing us physically, accelerating our movement into higher consciousness. And to do that, to move into higher consciousness, we have to heal what's been in the shadows, what's been in the darkness, what we've held in the unconscious. And one of the ways that you can work that in your healing process is through inner dialoguing. In my book with Christina Lee, From Trauma to Freedom, we talk a lot about how you can create that context for dialoguing with the parts of yourself, dialoguing with the feelings that are coming up. So take time to journal, take time to, with the feelings, the emotions that may be coming up, ask that feeling, what are you trying to tell me? What do I need to be aware of? Or tune into the part of yourself that may be trying to come into awareness for you to heal that experience in your childhood, or that experience from the past or from a past life. Dialogue with that part of yourself to say, what do you need me to know? What do you need me to see? How can I hold you, hear you, and support you in healing to become more a part of me? This is how we move more into our wholeness and move through that healing process. So do what you need to do to stay grounded and centered. Take time to allow yourself to journal about the feelings that are coming up, the memories, the experiences, and hold with compassion all that you're experiencing. And know that we're in this accelerated time, individually and collectively, calling us to heal so that we can move into this expansive consciousness, so that we can collectively heal and come back into right relationship with each other. We're being called to heal and come back into relationship with the earth and our awareness of natural law. So know that the currents of this year and of this full moon are supporting you in bringing to the light what needs to be brought into consciousness to support you in holding the wholeness of who you are, to support us in no longer projecting onto each other or judging each other, but holding the complexity of all of who we are to together co-create new forms of community and a new world together. May the light of this full moon support you in your own healing journey. Blessed be.